Welcome guys, welcome. You will be hearing noises because you will be hearing some noises, background noise, but I guess it won't be that bad. I hope it won't be that bad. So, let us do it one more time. If you are joining us, share the video, invite others to join. Greetings from my end and to you, wherever you are watching from. Welcome. Let us do it one more time. Of course, we know what we are here to do. We are here to basically give a response to the IBB's revelation, and to give my take on IBB's revelation and respond to FFK's reaction. And then there is the most important thing, is the very dark man's statement. Very dark man's statement. We are going to address and analyze the statement. We are going to analyze the statement and pinpoint the statements in order to use it to respond, give him a response, because everything is not basically to come online and start pushing backlash. Sometimes we do backlash on things that is not worth it. So because it is important that the more we go, the more we learn. So there is some things that I have picked up from all these things that is actually revealing itself, from the IBB's revelation to FFK's reaction, and then the statement by Very Dark Man. All of them, the only thing I actually look for in those statements, or will I call it in these conundrums, is the timing. The timing of the events, the timing of when IBB decided to speak. How long ago did this incident take place? How long ago were our people paying for the crime that is not theirs? How long ago is our people being marginalized for the sake of these lies being peddled that 1966 coup was an Igbo coup? Even though when they divided the eastern region of Nigeria, don't forget that they divided the eastern region of Nigeria they chop it in pieces to make sure that there is no togetherness, because you have to actually divide people who are strong together, divide them in order to rule them. Now let's talk about it. Today, Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogu, who was actually the leader of the 1966 coup, January, was actually originally from Delta State. And today, Delta State is not seen as Igbo land by Nigeria's system. It is seen as Delta State outside of Igbo land. Now, Chukwuma Nzogu is seen as an Igbo person. Since 1966 January, Chukwuma Nzogu has been seen as an Igbo person because of the coup. Hold on, let me address the noise outside. The kids are basically making a lot of noise. I'm in school. it is important for us to actually put all these things into consideration before we begin to analyze what has transpired over the decades. Oba Ikechukwu, I salute you. So, Chukwu Makaduna Nzogu is from Delta State. Delta State has never been seen as Igbo land, especially when it comes to the Igbos trying to unify with their, with our brothers that has been divided away from us, which is part Delta, Igodo, and Anioma, and all these areas that was separated from Igbo land. They say that Igbo people are domineering. They call us that we are domineering. When we try to unify these, ethnic groups. But now, when it comes to the activities of Chukwu Nzogu in 1966 January, they say it is Igbo problem. I want you to, while I am actually outlining these things, we should be able to note it down, because it is going to lead us to what is going on right now. And the reason why, because I am here basically to tell you the reason why IBB actually revealed this secret. I am going to tell you the reason why he revealed the secret. And I am going to tell you, I'm going to analyze Very Dark Man. I'm not going to actually conclude, but we're going to hear from what he says, and we judge him from what he says, and we give him credit from what he says. It doesn't matter whichever one that he deserves, he is going to receive from us. Now, but it is very, very important that we remain actually focused today, to the incident or to the timing, not the reactions, because the reaction will take your mind away from the incident, but the incident is what I want to rely on. I want to capitalize on the incidents, the timing of the, this moment of truth. Now, IBB has been alive since 1967. Since 1966, IBB was alive. IBB has been also Nigeria president. IBB has been a figure well known in Nigeria. And IBB sat down and watched the Igbo people being unalived. IBB watched and the Igbo people being marginalized, ethnic cleansing done against the Igbo people. IBB watched all these things over decades. IBB watched that the Igbo people were not included in the leadership positions in Nigeria. IBB kept quiet. IBB kept quiet. IBB did not come up to tell us the mind behind the 1966 coup that was led by Nzogu, because it is now evidence that Nzogu was just a foot soldier used to push that coup. Nzogu was just a foot soldier used to push that coup. Now it was revealed that Awolowo was the mastermind of that coup. Can someone remind me where Awolowo come from? Because I forgot to look it up. Can someone please remind me where Awolowo came from? If you can, where is Awolowo from? Is Awolowo a Yoruba man, or Hausa man, or Fulani man, or Igbo man? Please, can someone on the comment section, if you actually write it on Judge Money blog, I will see it. On the other platform that we are live, I will not be able to see it. Where does Awolowo come from in Nigeria? Which part of the country is Awolowo from? Obafemi Awolowo. He's also a lawyer. Okay, I want to hear it from the comment section. Obafemi Awolowo was a lawyer, a Yoruba man, a Yoruba politician. That's whom Obafemi Awolowo was or is. And then Obafemi Awolowo was the mastermind, because it was said that Obafemi Awolowo was the one they were killing for, because he was the man who was supposed to be made the president of the country. So if you was the man that's supposed to be the president of the country after the coup, that means those people who were actually acting the coup was actually a foot soldier. They were just foot soldiers. The man that was supposed to be made a leader, the head of state, is the mastermind, or was the mastermind of the coup. Regardless of what you may call it, those who hate Igbo for no reason, people like Femi Fani-Kayode, who go out to write junk, believing that speaking eloquently a language that is not your mother tongue makes you illiterate. No, it doesn't. It makes you as, it actually makes you as a person. I see you as a person who suffers from Stockholm syndrome, because you were actually writing to an extent that you told people they cannot understand the language English. That's why they could not decipher exactly what IBB is talking about in his book. And I was so happy that those books book was made available for you to read, because it looks like you do not know how to read. Femi Fani-Kayode, your hatred for Igbo people has made you to appear stupid before the whole world. I can categorically tell you that your hatred for Igbo people makes you to appear stupid and appear to be an illiterate, because when you continue to fight the Igbos, you will only appear to be an illiterate in the eyes of the people, because you believe that the Igbo English speaking language makes you a wise person, makes you intelligent person, makes you illiterate. No, it doesn't. Language is language. People can easily learn language and become illiterate in that language. Doesn't make them that they are academically literate or they are actually wise. It doesn't make you wise. That's one thing Femi Fani-Kayode need to understand. Before you alter any statement, you make sure you watch your word. Don't let your hatred for a particular people overshadow your judgment or make you appear stupid in public. That is very, very important. I don't think I am going to address your matter further. I just want to use this opportunity to address you, that you are just ordinary political harlots. You ruin your political career by being a harlot in a political space. Wherever you feel like it is promising, you face there. Remember, forgetting what you have said yesterday, forgetting your antecedent. If you are actually a man of a dignity or a man of honor, I don't think that you will be actually coming up to speak in things like this, because you do not have that morality to speak in things like this. It is very, very important you begin to sideline yourself to know if you are going to gain any dignity whatsoever, because you don't cast. Femi Fani-Kayode, you don't cast. You need to sideline yourself to see if you are going to regain your glory, because you have lost that glory that we used to see in you. You have just lost it. Your hatred for the Igbos will never stop the Igbos from shining. It will never stop the Igbos from actually going great. It is only the truth that if you bury it beneath the ocean, one day it is going to come up to the surface of the ocean. And that truth, that has taken place. That's why IBB, Ibrahim Babangida, decided to speak the truth. Now let's talk about the timing where he used to speak this truth. The timing is very, very important. Ibrahim Babangida is from the northern Nigeria. Ibrahim Babangida knows the truth since more than 50 years ago. Ibrahim Babangida knew the truth and he concealed it. And today Ibrahim Babangida came out to speak the truth and hoping that it is going to now tap us at the back and say, you Igbos, Ibrahim Babangida from the northern Nigeria is the one who came up to speak the truth, or who came out, that someone called courage to speak the truth. No, it is not supposed to tap us at the back and tell us, no, you have done good. Ibrahim Babangida, you are actually, liable for those who have lost their lives for the sake of these lies that was peddled against the Igbos. I am not in any way trying to admonish you for the sake of you summoning courage to speak the truth. I applaud you for summoning courage to speak the truth, because the truth is the only thing that can set you free regardless of the circumstances. But the timing of this truth actually shows that you are still guilty of speaking this truth for the sake of what you are going to achieve with speaking of this truth. Because you actually want to undermine some ethnic group. And that is the reason why you came out to speak the truth. You never spoke the truth during the time of Buhari's administration. IBB. You saw Nigeria going from frying pan to fire. You did not speak the truth. You saw the election 2023. You never spoke the truth, knowing that an Igbo man was in the race. You never cared to speak the truth. And then a Yoruba man, Muslim ticket, which all of you supported to be in the position of the leadership position. And you believe because it's a Muslim ticket, Igbos will continue to be the scapegoat, whilst you and the Yorubas will be doing turn by turn, to Yoruba to Hausa or Fulani, to Yoruba to Fulani, from Yoruba to Fulani. You believe that it is going to continue like that. Little did they know that when they introduced Tinubu's administration to use him to scuttle the chances of an Igbo man to be a president of Nigeria, little did they know that it is not going to be a business as usual for Fulanis. Hence, they decided to fight dirty. So IBB did not reveal this to benefit any Igbo person. IBB revealed this to scuttle Tinubu's activities. That's why IBB revealed this. That is just the truth of the matter, because the Fulanese are not in agreement with the Yorubas. That's why he has to come up with what he did, hoping that the Igbos will lose their mind. Hoping that the Igbos will lose their minds. Now let's hear the kicker. Igbos did not lose their mind, because Igbos are not in a position to lose their mind. Not Igbos, ordinary people, are in the position to lose their mind. Now, number two is that he did that so that the Igbos will also turn against the Yorubas. because it is a politics. Politics is a dirty game. The truth he revealed, like I said, note it and hear it clearly. I applaud him for the truth that he revealed. I applaud him, but the timing reveals the reason behind the truth, the motive behind the truth that was revealed. The timing. Because you're the enemy of your enemy becomes your friend. It doesn't matter whether you are a distant enemy, but the enemy of your enemy becomes your friend at some point. Now, that means Yoruba politicians knew that Igbo people were not the mastermind of 1966 coup. Hausa politicians knew that the Igbo people were not the mastermind of 1966 coup, but the Igbo person or Delta person was used as a foot soldier to lead the coup. And it was the Igbo person who scuttled the coup. It was an Igbo person who scuttled the coup. Now, Nigeria government or Nigeria system did not recognize the fact that another Igbo person scuttled the coup. They only called it the Igbo coup. Did you hear that? For you to see the intricacies, of this situation, it is a conundrum. Like, if we have to dig deep, you find out that the Igbos were unalived, were marginalized, we are hated for no reason. IBB knew that in the last 50 years. In the last 50 years, he was a military. He knew that. He kept quiet. Our people died for the sake of this. Our people suffered for the sake of this. To an extent that there was a war that took more than 3.5 million women and children, non-combatants, because of this. IBB kept mute. Gowon kept mute. He became the head of state, so he should be able to know the truth. They kept mute. They never said anything. Until a Yoruba man who does not have the interest of the North at heart becomes the president. Now you want to buy numbers from Igbos to hate on Yoruba people. That's what IBB. The reason why IBB have to now come up with the truth, because it's a politics. That truth did not come from the angle of caring for Igbos. No, it didn't come from the angle of repentance. No, we always knew that it has never been an Igbo coup. The Igbo coup, it has never been an Igbo coup, because it was still an Igbo person who scuttled the coup. Now, IBB, you kept quiet, you kept mute until many people died. Igbo people were marginalized. Igbo people were hated. All Hausa Fulanis who were in the position of leadership, the truth never came out. Immediately when power left the north to the south, to the southwest, the truth came out because the plan of Muslim ticket was not working. They were disappointed. Now they want to use this as a punch. And then because Igbo people will always be a punching bag between Yoruba and Fulanis. That's what Igbo people has been, a punching bag between Yorubas and Fulanis. But this time around, we actually refuse to be the punching bag between the Yorubas and Fulanis. If they know where they bath, they should take their wrapper from there. Hence, we have seen all this. Injustices, lies peddled against us, against an ethnicity, lies peddled and ethnic profiling, stigmatization and stereotyping of the Igbos in the last 60 years, yet we are still surviving. We are still surviving. Why did the IBB not reveal it during an election? If he had revealed it during an election, maybe the election will speak different language. Of course, we know that the election has been bought over already. INEC was already in a payroll of some individuals, so it wasn't going to work, but it was going to actually, trend better. And it was going to give him credit more. You can't tell me because Tinubu's administration is not taking, what do you call, is not answerable to Sultan of Sokoto, is not answerable to the north. Hence, they want to do whatever it takes to get back at the Yorubas. We know that the Yorubas has been the willing tool that has been used in the middle to destroy the lives of the Igbos. It has been like that, and we knew that. Yorubas use the Igbos. For you to know it never started today. They use you, the Igbos. The same way you see them demolishing, looting and burning your properties in Lagos, that's the way they use you. Because they will sell something from this side, come the other side, and take it back from you. That's exactly what they have been doing. Awolo will use Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogu to destroy the name of the Igbo people, to plan a coup, which is called revolution. To plan a coup, which is supposed to be a revolutionary coup. And the coup failed. And it was another Igbo person who made the coup to fail, which made it not an Igbo coup. Awolowo and Nzogu was in it. Nzogu was the foot soldier. Awolowo was the mastermind. Now, Awolowo was not mentioned all these years. It was Nzogu, Igbo coup, Nzogu, Igbo coup, Nzogu, Igbo coup, to destroy Igbos, to make Igbos be at the hot soup, to make the Igbos be the ones that is hated by the whole world. The same way they go to platforms on TikTok to destroy the names of the Igbos, to say that the Igbos are the reason why are committing crime all over the place. The same way the Fulanis, the Benins, the Yorubas go to the TikTok platforms to say that it is the Igbos. But now, IBB says such thing, everywhere was quiet, nothing was done. Now, taking us back to Very Dark Man. Taking us back to what Very Dark Man said. First of all, we have to listen to what Very Dark Man said before we judge the activities of Very Dark Man. We will find out whether or not Very Dark Man is in the side of sentiment, or is actually doing it to achieve something, or doing it to further exacerbate the problem of the Igbos, or doing it because he felt it was the right thing to say. We have to listen to him. Let's listen to him before we continue. Because all this, you can, all of them are actually together with each other. All of these things are linked to each other, one way or the other. Hence, we are going to actually, find out what's going on. Let us listen to Very Dark Man. But most importantly, we shouldn't forget that the man who revealed the truth, I applaud him, but the timing, it is for him to score a political goal. That's why he revealed the truth. And we will still see more of this truth coming. Ojukwu never caused a war in 1967. It was Gowon who started the war. Ojukwu never caused a war in 1967. it was Gowon. Because the agreement in Aburi Accord, Gowon went contrary to the agreement. Ojukwu decided to let his people go because he saw that his people cannot be loved by the Nigeria, government or Nigeria system. He decided to make a haste while the sun is shining. Then they say that Ojukwu caused a war. The same lies they peddled that it was Igbo coup. Even though there were a number of Yorubas, number of Hausas in the coup plotters of 1966, yet it was named the Igbo coup. Everything bad done, it is done by the Igbos. As long as the Nigeria system created by Lord Lugard and Flora Shaw in 1914 is a concern, because the Lord Lugard and Flora Shaw, they made they actually recognized that the Igbo man will be their problem, that Igbo man will end the colonial legacy. They decided to make sure that the Igbo man become the center of attention, the center of, Igbo man become the people who will pay. No one will give them chance. That's what aftermath of colonialism, colonial legacy. That's what it has done, because they have seen that a Yoruba man will bend down and salute the queen. Fulani man will do whatever the queen wanted. But Igbo man will become standing tall and will never allow themselves to be controlled by the colonial power. Hence, there must be something that will be triggered somewhere. Kaduna Nzogu was trained in Britain. No one was talking about it. He was trained as a military in Britain, so that you will understand the magnitude of how they plotted to destroy the Igbos, of how they plotted to make the Igbos third-class citizen of Nigeria. And when the Igbos rise up to say that enough is enough, let us actually go our separate ways. Since this system does not recognize us as part of her, since this system does not recognize us as one of it, let's go our separate ways. And there was a negotiation which took the two leaders to Aburi Accord, 1967. After Aburi Accord, Britain told Gowon not to agree. They made the young president believe that the power would be taken from him because they agreed on regionalism, just like it is happening in the United States, so that they will have a true federal state. States will make their own policies, their own laws, manage their resources, and pay tax to the central government. They told the young president, you will become just ordinary ceremonial president. No power will be on your side, because he is a black man who wants power at all costs. Power that he does not know how to control, power that he does not know how to handle. He decided to give in and buy into the advice given to him. And he went back, contrary to the agreement made in Aburi Accord. That's what led to 1967 to 1970 Holocaust against the Biafran people, mostly against the Igbos. Since that time, a lie has been peddled that Ojukwu caused the war. A lie has been peddled that it was Igbo coup that led to the massacre. Is it the riot that took place in the north that unalived almost 200,000 Igbos? A fetus was removed from a woman's womb and smashed on the wall. That was what Fulanis did to our Igbo people. Yet, it is still Igbo coup. No one said anything. No one decided to confess, seeing all that injustices meted on the Igbos. No one confessed. No one came to say, no, enough is enough. The truth has to be said. It was Awolowo that is in the mastermind of the coup. It was Britain that was actually, masterminded the coup. Because the person, the foot soldiers used to actually carry out this coup was trained in Britain as a soldier. How about that? No one talked about it. Now, let's hear Very Dark Man to see if there is any sense to what he said. Maybe there is a sense to what he said, but because you already mad at him for the, for his accusations against IPOB, maybe you might not pick up whether or not there is a sense to what he said or not. But let's find out whether or not there is a sense to what he said, because we are going to listen to it together to find out where we need to admonish him and where we need to actually correct him and where we need to applaud him. Because in every crazy speech, there might be a sense, one way or the other. Let's listen to it.
You are politically sponsored and politically motivated to say.
Let's start afresh. I am actually playing this from
point to actually come.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to say this thing without holding back anything, right? The truth is that a lot of these Igbo youths, especially those ones on Twitter, are beginning to believe that a lot of you are politically sponsored and politically motivated to say a lot of things. A lot of you just lie and hide under the, oh, we are standing for Indigbos, the Indigbo are marginalized, blah, blah, blah. A lot of you lie. Everything you say, you stand up for Igbo. This IBB's book, this IBB's new revelation is supposed to be a kickoff point to actually come out and talk, actually come out and demand. Which your forefathers suffered for how many years? Finally, one truth don't come out. Finally, that's not the whole truth. Finally, IBB decides, okay, we'll give you that one truth. It was not an Igbo coup. It was a narrative pushed against the Igbos, which led to a lot of buying, which led to a lot of destruction to the Igbo names. And finally, this man got up. I was out till now, I see the express looking yet. I could see some bunch of Igbo youth for streets.
Number one, there are two things that can be involved in what Very Dark Man said here. One of it is that Very Dark Man has been an influential person, if not one of the most influenced will I say is a content creator or activist. I don't know what I will address him to be, but he is now one of the most influential people in Nigeria, outside Nigeria political system. He is one of them. Therefore, Very Dark Man is in that position for somebody to actually give him an assignment or to give him a narrative to push out there without Very Dark Man, or Very Dark Man being naive, or maybe because he always believed that he is speaking the truth. Someone could call him, hey, come my boy, you see this truth that is revealed here. I want you to go and provoke the Igbos, so that to see whether the Igbos are going to react to it in a way that will scuttle, something. This is one of the side of the coin that I am worried about. Because the person who released this truth, the timing, that's where the timing comes in. The person who released this truth never released the truth. I don't believe they released the truth to favor the Igbos. Because if they want to release the truth to favor the Igbos, they should release it during the election in 2023. They should release it not when the North are not in power. They should have released it when the Northern Nigeria were in power. They should have released it when the Northern Nigeria and the Yorubas are in good term against the Igbos. Because when we find the Bonatunian, now see that na mother na church put a muddy be okunama. It could be part of it. It could be that somebody called Very Dark Man, hey, come boy, I want you to push this narrative because I know you have followers, even from Igbo ethnic group. Push it, try to find a way to provoke them. You know, Igbo people are emotional, provoke them, or maybe they spoke to him in a way that he will think that he's doing the right thing without understanding the timing of the event. They could tell him, go and do this, you have influence. They might actually be influenced by your speech. And they will be disruptive, or they will do some one or two things that will scuttle the administration, the current administration. Now, let us hear the other side of the story, or the other side of the coin. Very Dark Man might be saying this in a way that he saw that Igbo people were marginalized. Therefore, it is the right thing for them to do when the truth comes out that the Igbos should react on the truth. And I believe that Igbos should react on the truth. If not only going out there to protest, Igbos should react on the truth because it has taken the life of many people, innocent people for that matter. So, when the truth come out, we knew that the truth is being what it is. Igbos should be able to react, but not the way people might think. Not to go there to be disruptive, not to go there and call for problem, not to go there, but those who are in the social media, Igbo celebrities, Igbo influencers, that is the time they should call for accountability. That is the time they should call for release of Nnamdi Kanu. Because it is the same thing that leads to this struggle that Nnamdi Kanu embarked upon. Now the truth is out. Everybody who is a truth seeker in Nigeria, not only the Igbos, including Very Dark Man himself, he could lead the protest. That is the reason why I am not ruling out everything that he said. I cannot rule it out thoroughly. Because he could lead that protest. Because Nigeria is his country. And he is claiming that he is a good citizen of Nigeria. And he wants Nigeria to work. Very Dark Man is supposed to actually lead the truth and reconciliation. If he is the man that is actually standing and not trying to benefit anything from this matter, he could use his platform to lead that protest. Not to come to blame the Igbos. Because you cannot continue to blame the victim. Igbos has been the victim. Igbos are victimized. Whether they do good, whether they do bad, Igbos are victimized. Igbos are made the scapegoat at all time. So Very Dark Man, you've been in Nigeria. I know you are no longer a boy. You are a man. If you are too young, you will be around 30 years old or above. You are in your 30s. You are no longer a kid. You've been around for 3 decades. At least you know the story. For you to call out Igbos to come out and start protest, As a good citizen of Nigeria who want truth and reconciliation, who want to actually, diversify Nigeria problem, be it political problem, be it ethnic problem, you should have led that protest in solidarity with the Igbos. If you love the way you actually, present yourself to love people, you could lead the protest. Because your suggestion was not actually thoroughly wrong. What you said was the truth, but the motive of you saying it could be the problem. Because the Igbos going out to protest for their right. The Igbos has been unalived, killed, so left, right, and center because they actually took a flag to go out and protest. They were unalived by the APC-led government. It is still the APC-led government that is still in the position. Nnamdi Kanu is in a solitary confinement because he was fighting against the lies that was peddled against Igbo prior to 1967 coup. The first thing that you, very dark man, as an influential media personnel or social media personnel, supposed to do is for you to lead that truth and reconciliation that you might be having in mind by protesting in solidarity with Igbo. By protesting in solidarity with Igbo, and see whether or not Igbo will not join you. Because once that protest is led by Igbo, that's when you will know that the military who could not kill Boko Haram will come and unalive Igbo. You know that. Everyone knows it. That is the problem. That is exactly what you should have done if you were speaking on the, on the neutral ground, from the angle of neutrality. You're supposed to stand in solidarity with the Igbos, not to begin to admonish the Igbos, to tell the Igbos that your problem is the Igbos. Igbo problem is not really the Igbos. Igbo problem is the politics of Nigeria, not Igbos. If Nigeria politics or political system is inclusive of the Igbos and give equal amount of opportunities given to other ethnic groups to the Igbos, and the Igbos with their entrepreneurial mindset and how they are actually benefiting even in a system that scuttles every chances that they create to grow, yet they are actually benefiting. They are actually, growing. Imagine if they were included, what it would be like. So Igbo people are able to take another Igbo and teach them under apprenticeship, teach them a trade, teach them any business that they are into, and they connect them. So Igbo man is not Igbo man's problem. Political system of Nigeria is what is actually making it look like Igbo man is the Igbo person's problem. How many Bini people of very dark man's, origin has come up and established another Bini person? How many of them has done that? So when you come out to say Igbo man is Igbo man's problem, we know that there are criminal elements amongst the Igbos that our politicians are using to scuttle, the activities of the Igbos. We know that. We know that there are criminal elements which grew because as a result of bad governance that the Nigeria system presents to the Igbos. We know that there are criminally minded people who live in Igbo land that commit crime. It is not as if Igbos are actually the Igbos' problem, because Igbos have done more for Igbos, more than where you come from have done to your people. The evidence is there. I am not here to admonish you. I am actually responding based on what I heard from you. If you are indeed speaking this in the angle of neutrality, this is the correction that you need to take home tonight. Very dark man, or this afternoon, very dark man. Because I don't want to understand someone or misjudge someone because of they have said something I don't like previously. Then I will now come up and blindly admonish them. No, I cannot. I can address you based on what you said now, not based on what you said before. It is now. Based on what I am listening to. That is what I am using to address you, very dark man. Igbos are not Igbo's problem. Politicians are the Igbo's problem. Nigeria's system and political system is the Igbo problem. That is it. So, very dark man, you need to retract, you need to actually retract your statement that Igbos are the haters of Igbos. You need to retract that statement. If you were speaking on the angle of neutrality or from the angle of neutrality. We don't mind what Facebook is doing. Facebook is trying to suppress this platform at all costs because Facebook is part of the problem. But there is no problem. Now, let's continue to listen to Very Dark Man.
Do a peaceful protest, do a peaceful walk. For your forefathers went by because of this light. Just do one small walk. Maybe like 500 people, you just walk and do something.
If you trace the Very Dark Man's ancestral origin, you might even find that Very Dark Man might have Igbo blood in him. And he is telling us our ancestors. What if it was your own ancestors? If Nigeria was one, and Very Dark Man was a one Nigerianist, typical one Nigerianist, or hardcore one Nigerianist, Very Dark Man should be able to do the protest or be in forefront of the protest in solidarity with the Igbos because he does not know whether or not his ancestors came from Igbo land. That is when you say that I am a pro-Nigerian. I am a pro-one Nigerian. Once you say you are a pro-one Nigerian, you should be able to do the work. Not only talk the talk, you do the work. Because the last time I checked, you have never preached against one Nigeria. You are a pro-one Nigerianist. And now you are expecting the Igbos alone. That means you are dividing Nigeria that you are one Nigeria for. You are dividing Nigeria, Very Dark Man. Because you could lead the protest in solidarity with the Igbos and one Nigeria that you believe in. That's my take. Let's continue.
Nothing. None of the Igbo influencers, none of the Igbo celebrities did nothing. But every day when somebody talk about maybe one of our brother where they do bad, now we say, why is always attacking the Igbos? He hate the Igbos. Nobody hate the Igbos more than the Igbos.
That's not the truth. That is not the truth. And we, the Igbos, anybody who commits crime or who do something wrong, we are known for admonishing them. We are known to calling them out. We are known for calling them out. So whatever you have said here, Very Dark Man, is invalid. The fact that you have issues with some Igbos and some people came to defend them does not mean that the Igbos are defending evil. Igbos are the only ethnic group in Nigeria who does not defend evil. It doesn't matter whether it is coming from their own side or from anywhere. We are the people who stand up and call evil for what it is. Your people are not known for that, Very Dark Man. I'm sorry to say that. Not from the angle of hatred for your people. I love them. They are my people too. But on the angle of neutrality based on your own statement. Igbos Igbos does not actually cover evil just because it is done by the Igbo. No. But if the evil is being committed by every other person and they are going scot-free, and that same evil is committed by one Igbo in political arena of Nigeria, and you pinpoint that evil because it's Igbo, then we will come out and show you the people who did this evil in the past and you never said anything. We'll come and show you. Because we know we know when you are actually eyeing me aggressively and when you are just looking at me. The difference is clear. We are able to decipher. That's why we are able to actually be able to survive in that system that has been marginalizing us in the past 6 decades. So let's continue.
I said it. Nobody hates the Igbos more than the Igbos.
That's not true.
Before you start fighting other people, you have to first fight within yourself. I never see an Ambra man will stand up. I never see a Nuku man will stand up. I never see a Ebony man will stand up. I never see Israel stand up. Just do a walk for your forefathers. Do one. But I will not to stay for Twitter up and down. No walkings. If one pay one Yoruba man talking, if you have someone talking, if another someone, but no walkings.
No, that is the time.
Your forefathers should be.
That is the time. We the Igbos don't need to tolerate bullshit from Hausa man or Yoruba man. We don't. We don't want to negotiate bullshit from any of them because they have lost the morality. They have lost the dignity by hiding in the side of lies all this while to admonish the Igbos and make every problem that Nigeria is facing the Igbo problem. So you don't expect us to support the evil system that has been destroying us. You don't expect us to do so. If you are a truthful man, very dark man, which I still see some of the things you do as a nonchalant mistakes, hence I am not coming harsh on you. I still see it as nonchalant mistake. But if you believe that you are still a pure-hearted man who is actually challenging injustices against this, poor person in Nigeria, you should be able to understand that the Igbo's, predicament came from the angle of lies peddled against us, and we discovered that lies. We start pushing back. Because when an Igbo man make a mistake in government in Nigeria, it is actually trending. It trends more than everything. But when a Fulani man makes a mistake, it doesn't trend. A Yoruba man makes a mistake, it does not trend. And now you want to blame the victims. We discover that what you guys do all the time is to continue to blame the victim. This is a colonial narrative. Blame the victim and tell them they are the reason why they are not progressing. They are the problem. No, we have learned that we cannot continue to blame the victim. We will blame the aggressor, the Nigeria system. That's what we are blaming. The Yoruba and the Fulanis and the Hausas, who knew that Igbo people were innocent and they concealed it, unalive more than 3.5 million women and children through hunger and starvation by doing food barricade for our people not to get food, even when they needed it the most. And you want us to come and be negotiating with you and not bashing you. No, speak the truth, very dark man. If you know that you are a truthful man, call the truth for what it is. Speak the truth.
We'll be ashamed, we'll be rolling in that grave.
No, it is your ancestors that are rolling in their grave.
No problem. Say anything you want to say. But I just have to get this off my chest. Shame on all of you. Shame on all of you. All of you. I said the way of a lot of these people big men, the way they shut up for this news. The way a lot of them, let's say the way you will see the man talk. They shut up. They'll be our sponsors. They will always act as if, okay, yes, they're supporting people for public. But for back, they go collect finance from the same people where they claim say they fight. And I want you, a lot of you, the youth, I want you people to understand today that all this tribalism and everything, now from down, you see at the top, it's not like that. Oh. Those guys, men, they flex, they do things together, they chill.
That's a lie. That is a lie. The tribalism is from the top to bottom. Let's not fool ourselves. If the tribalism is not at the top, why has Igbo man not been a president of Nigeria? If it is not on the top. That is where you are getting it wrong. The fact that few politicians who steal money together flex with each other, but when it comes to ballot box, they mean business and make sure that that person which you flex with will never get it into the position of leadership. That is fake flexing. It is fake flexing because you practice godfatherism. Just because Igbo man, some of the Igbo man sell their pride to go and worship godfatherism coming from the northern Nigeria or Yoruba land, and you call it flexing. Because in a family where there is a peace, you should know that a patient person is in that family. If you come to a home where there is peace, there is somebody who is so patient that is actually enduring all the bullshit coming from the rest of the family members. And that is exactly what is happening. The fact that you saw that politicians, criminals are actually flexing does not mean that they truly care or love each other. No. They are doing it in the, from the angle of a beggar. Some of the Igbos, those are the ones that sells their birthright to go and be under Godfather, who does not recognize them as equal citizens, but can flex with them. Keeping your enemy close does not mean that you are flexing with them. Some people go and flex together. Sometimes you find out they end up unaliving each other through poison. You know that. So flexing does not, mean that there is peace in the land. That is political flexing. And in the area of who's supposed to react to the IBB revelation, all the politicians in the Senate House, all the Igbo politicians are the ones that very dark man supposed to be calling out, not individuals who has been unalive for the sake of the same thing to come out and protest. Those are the people who has been on the other end of this, brutality. And yet you are calling them out to come out and protest. Then you come out and say that one Nigeria not the carry last. You're not practicing what you are preaching. Very dark man, take a lead with the protest. People will follow you. Your Ratel gang will follow you because there is millions of Igbo or thousands of Igbo who are part of your Ratel gang or Ratel group. They will follow you. Take a lead. Practice what you preach. If you do not hate the Igbos, take a lead and do the work. We understand there are many people who speak in the media that are actually being promoted by politicians. Yes, we understand that. You said that. But how sure are we that everything that you do is not motivated by political rhetorics or politician? How sure are we? Because the same way you could actually accuse those individuals that of Igbo extraction, that the reason why they are not reacting to IBB's revelation is because they are being bought over by politicians or by the same people whom they are crying foul against. No, I could say the same thing. That the reason why you are telling us to go out there and protest, it is because you want the government to release military or mayhem against us for them to unalive our people. Or you are promoting the timing or the reason why IBB decided to bring up the truth after 60 years or after 55 years. After more than 5 decades of concealing the truth, he brought it out. And you want to help him to achieve his aims and objectives for revealing the truth, which is political, to score that political score. By blaming the victim. No, it doesn't. It won't work like it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You very dark man, if you are basically, truthful to your cause, hence I am not going to admonish you. If you are truthful to your cause, you should understand what is called the fundamental human right in Nigeria Constitution, which guarantees the right to life, dignity, and freedom from discrimination. Igbo people are being discriminated against because this provision can basically be invoked to advocate for justice for those affected by historical injustices. This is the angle, very that man, you're supposed to be going, not to call the victim out to become another victim again. When you know the antecedent of the APC-led government, what they have done to Igbos who come out to carry out peaceful protests and they get unalived. So the same question will be thrown at you, very dark man. Are you sure that you are doing? I don't know if am I even coming out clearly, guys? Am I coming out clearly? I didn't even plug my earphone. So the same thing will be actually thrown at you. Are you sure that you are doing it for the sake of your love for Igbo or for the sake of your political, movement? That you want to score a political goal. Using Igbo as an scapegoat. Because if indeed, very dark man, you are still truthful to your cause, one thing you will do is to protest justice for Igbo. That's what you're supposed to do. From your own angle, justice for Igbo. From your own angle. If you had done it, and Igbo influencers did not follow you, you should know that those are the enemies of the Igbos. If you have taken a lead and said justice to the Igbos, because your forefathers also unalived the Igbos for the sake of this. So you are part and parcel of that injustices that was done at Igbo. So you cannot actually say over to you Igbo. No. As a one Nigerianist who love Nigeria and you want Nigeria to be progressive, that was supposed to be your primary duty. Very dark man. It was supposed to be your primary duty. You're supposed to call the federal, principles, like the president and the House of Senate, and you're supposed to call the judiciaries to actually, find a way to apologize to the Igbos. Call on Nigerians not to say that the Igbo people need to come, and that is politically driven or politically motivated. All your rhetorics actually sound politically motivated. That's what I can tell you, very dark man. Because every federal principle is supposed to actually ensure that there is equitable representation of all ethnic groups in the government appointment. It is part of Nigeria Constitution. It was supposed to be intended to promote national unity and prevent marginalization. It is part of your constitution. Very dark man. Go and invoke this constitution and use it to challenge the system that has killed Igbos, unalived Igbos, in the last 6 decades for no reason, for the crime and the marginalized and the profile, stereotype, stigmatize the Igbos for the crime that they haven't committed. You should actually look towards that angle, not calling the Igbos out to go out and protest. When you cannot lead the protest, as one Nigerianist you are. Now, the fake reconciliation of 1970, the fake reconciliation of 1970, which is the reason why an Igbo man is always profiled, ethnic cleansed, stigmatized, and excluded, even in the national cake, even in the political space, they are excluded. It passed from hand to hand. Yoruba to Hausa, Fulani. Yoruba to Hausa, Fulani. Even your own people. Because you are also seen as part of the Igbos. But you people, the ignorant of some of your people that is from your area will not enable you guys to see Nigeria for what it is. You can't. Because you believe that it is the Igbo problem. Because they have blinded you guys to see Igbos as the problem. Hence the Igbos see these issues from far. They see your heart from far. That's why the people, part of them that are vigilant, that are actually, proactive, not reactive anymore. Because the system has taught us to be proactive, not reactive. Because the way you came out and be, fighting for people who could not fight for themselves, you could captivate the mind of people only to sell them out to to politicians. Using the rhetorics of very dark man. We are here, we are going to get you, be your voice, be the voice of the voiceless. No. We know that even angel rise up in Nigeria, there is possibilities that the angel will be corrupt. So that element of corruption and from your rhetorics is what is being seen by the Igbos. Hence, they are judging you by that. Not because they hate you, very dark man. I believe that even while we are still at it, Igbo people still love you. Myself, I cannot say I hate you because I haven't seen a direct thing that you have done against the Igbo. I have seen sentiment that you have made. And those sentiments, we are still, we're still analyzing it. But as long as this issue is concerned, you are a pro-one Nigerianist. You are actually from, I believe, Igodomigodo. You are from that area that is connected to also Igbo ancestry. If you lead the protest, we will follow you. Against the injustices that has done on Igbo, that makes you an upright man, very dark man. If you cannot, shut the fuck up. That's what I can tell you, very dark man. There is nothing else I can tell you. If you don't have a solution to solve the problem of the people who are disgruntled or marginalized or stereotyped or ethnic cleansed or stigmatized or excluded, if you don't have the solution to their problem that you will it from, you shut the fuck up. Because we are not just seeking redress. According to Nigeria Constitutional Review, Judicial Review, because it talks about individual or groups can seek redress through the court for violation of their right or for government action that are seen as unjust or discriminatory. We are no longer seeking redress because the government has never ever created a room for Igbo people to seek redress, even though they knew the truth, yet they still marginalize the Igbos. They still keep Nnamdi Kanu in a solitary confinement, knowing the truth. We have said it and we have made it clearly that the Igbos does not have representatives in the upper echelon. All those politicians you see that are of Igbo extraction, they are representing themselves, their stomach and their families. We do not have. Hence we do it the way we know how to do it. Hence Nnamdi Kanu did it the way he knew how to do it. Where is his redress? Where is the redress of Igbos that is supposed to be actually, charged by the government of the day after IBB's revelation? If Nigeria is working, if Nigeria was ignorantly excluding Igbo, stigmatizing Igbo, where is the recourse? Where is the redress by the government of the day? Has the government speaking about it? The answer is no, because they don't give a fuck about who is involved. And you want to come and act like you are preaching to Igbo, and we will start a clap for very dark man. He said it. He did it. No. Do an introspection by yourself to, against yourself, very dark man, to find out, are you still in that course that you have embarked upon? Because we know you started good. Are you still in that track of that course that you have embarked upon? Or are you now compromised? Ask yourself that. Are you now compromised? Because some of your rhetorics recently is actually making me to ask questions. It's making me to wonder. It is making me to investigate you. It is making me to question your activities. That's all I can say for now. I have never concluded that you are compromised or you are biased. But I can categorically tell you that you are actually very reckless with your words. You are very reckless with your words. That's what I can say. And I will know that, when people begin to get, attention, sometimes they will get carried away. They will be reckless. But you cannot tell me that you make a mistake. You have made that mistake first time. This is almost the second time. The third time will no longer be a mistake. It will be that you have declared the war against the Igbos. That's what I can say. Political war or media war against the Igbos. That's what I can tell you, very dark man. You made the first mistake by picking an organization that seek the redress for Igbos. Secondly, you have now made a statement, even though you are a pro-Nigerian who's supposed to be talking about inclusivity of inclusion of every ethnic group in Nigeria, and seek for redress for the marginalization and ethnic cleansing done on Ndi Igbo. Instead, you come to blame Ndi Igbo and call Ndi Igbo that they are politically biased, or that the Igbo influencers are actually, led by politicians, which I might be one of them that you are addressing. But in that regard, this is the second time you have actually, used a reckless rhetoric against Ndi Igbo. The third time will no longer be a mistake. We will see it as you have declared a war against Ndi Igbo. And you know how we do our response. Anybody who stands by you is an enemy to Ndi Igbo. But it hasn't come to that. It hasn't come to that. We are still watching to know exactly where you are heading. We know that people make mistakes, especially when they embark on the journey such as the one you have embarked upon. They can make mistakes, they can accidentally discharge, but we are still watching. We are still watching, very dark man. Make sure you stay true to your course. Make sure you think before you actually address. Make sure you take time to know her before you engage. These are my 3 words to you, very dark man. And then it is very, very important that the politicians, if they claim they are representing Ndi Igbo, it is time for them to stand up and start protesting in the parliament. This protest is not for Igbo individuals, ordinary people who are suffering, who the military will pick up a gun and ammunition and unalive at any given time just because they protest. It is for those who claim they are actually representing you. They must protest from the upper echelon. That is their duty. If they cannot, they are all criminals. If the politicians cannot protest on the behalf of Ndi Igbo, for Nigeria system to be lying against Ndi Igbo that cost the life of more than 3.5 million women and children in the last 5 decades, they are all criminals. This is their duty, not duty of me and you. If they cannot, this is the time we boycott election in Biafra land, because they are not representing us. The truth is out, right? Regardless of the motive which the truth is released, they are the ones representing us. Yes, they have to now represent us, because you and I have suffered. Even a child that was born yesterday has bear that bad name for the sake of that lies peddled against Ndi Igbo in 1966. So your representative, it is your duty to basically stand up and fight. This is actually rooted in your constitution. It is rooted in your constitution about historical injustices. It is rooted in the constitution, historical injustices under fundamental human rights. Historical injustices, chapter 5, section 33 to 46 of Nigeria's constitution made mention about the recall or redress on this type of injustices, even though it might not address it deeper based on how it occurred. But if any group or any organization or ethnic group is actually violated, or if, let me actually quote it verbatim, the principle aims to ensure that there is equitable representation of all ethnic groups in government appointment. It is intended to promote national unity and prevent marginalization. Now, let me quote this one. Very, very important. National policy on reconciliation, while not a constitutional requirement, there are policies in Nigeria Constitution that aim at fostering national reconciliation and integration, especially in the aftermath of conflict. Individuals or groups can seek redress through the court for violation of their right or for government action that are seen as unjust or discriminatory. In the last 5 decades, Igbo people has been unjustly treated, marginalized, discriminated against, and you telling me that Igbo politicians heard the truth because they've been justifying their action against us by Igbo coup, Igbo coup, Igbo coup, Igbo coup. And your political elite, your Igbo representatives in the upper echelon, and they cannot rise up to protest and to look for a solution. First of all, call for the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu. If you boycott the election in Igbo land, you are justified. I can categorically tell you that. This is where I am going to leave it until we meet again. Bye for now.